So Nell, what have you done during all this crazy period?
No, everyone's priority felt to be about doing platforms and stuff like that. That scares me, or reduce art to content, or just to transpose art from real life into internet. And I didn't like the feeling of becoming just. I don't think it's interesting to become a content, and I don't have the capacity of being an influencer or something. So I wanted to find no, but it felt that it was the two options that the field was playing around, and so I wanted to find a way, find a model that can work on internet to produce, to use internet as a media and not as a communication thing.
Okay.
And so. So I tried to develop with my colleagues and to change our work job, and in order not to stop the machine.
Colleagues,
Yeah,
you mean colleagues? You mean people of your studio?
Yeah, colleagues and also artists that are not in the studio, but just I wanted to make an experiment of because I believe that what we are living is a prototype in a way of society that the world was already going towards. So whether it's not, so I wanted to see if we can, how can we adapt and to try to do things. Maybe I don't know. There was that feeling of the Stones being the priority. Basically, artists are not airplane companies, and so when airplanes don't fly, we can still work. I don't know why. No, but that was strange. Like everything was blocked and moved, and you were only asked to become content, and I didn't like that moment.
And so, you invented a shell. In fact, you invented a new game.
No, but it's a joke actually. But I had an old project from 2014 that I never finished. That was a bit relevant subject-wise, and so I decided to see if with that and other friends and artists and colleagues we can make something that is made for internet and not for to see if how to diffuse on internet, how to have economic grids on internet, how we can make production, involve institution, involve galleries, how we can function.
So how did it begin?
Pitching.
So what we can see now is in progress, right?
Yeah, it's really, for me, it's just a test machine, a test artwork. It's a test, and I want to, because I don't know how to. I'm a bit old. I was a nerd when I was a kid, but I'm not anymore. So I don't.
So this game is called. It's a game. It's called Screen Talk.
It's a mini series, a game, an artwork. I don't really know.
But you are welcoming as a project
on
this platform, and there's a movie in it which is striking, which in a way could describe the situation today. But you did it in 2014, right?
Yeah, it's a goofy family drama where basically I think when we wrote it, I think it was after, I think, H1N1, the flu. So we wrote something about an epidemic where everyone was in quarantine and talking on Skype, and with a big pharma playing around, and so we did a kind of comedy, and we never really we showed it in 4 institutions in installation, not finished, and then I never showed it.
You are really you have a vision of what's going on in the society, etc. So how do you see, after this crisis, how do you imagine will be the world? How it goes?
with video clubs that became Netflix. So we're going to have centralization platforms. And
For
I
the
don't.
artists?
What?
For the artists?
For the arts, the fight has been already started with a vocabulary of altruism and collectivity, but at the end of the day, it's like Highlander. The stronger will remain, and the rest will work for him. Like it's a. It happened with press. It happened with cinema. It happened with everything. So it's going to happen. It might happen with us, or we have to find strategies to stay independent and to be able to be a lot rather than a lot working for one person. But no.
This is scary, right? But I think there's a room for small-scale project too.
No, but scales are going to have to reduce anyway. It wasn't working before. It was crazy, like the museum size of airport. It's like it's not what we. It didn't mean much before. It's like it became crazy already. So I guess the scales we're gonna scale down, and that's interesting because it doesn't change much for the art itself. It changes just for the events.
So you imagine that you will work differently in the future?
Totally. Yeah, sure.
Like what? You will downsize your studio, for example?
I am already. Not human wise, but in terms of space, I'm leaving my studio. It's.
Oh, really?
I don't. Yeah, it's too expensive. Like it's there is. It's too big. It's like to make airports. I don't need to make airports. Yeah. No. It's we're gonna change. But anyway, we were saturated before, no?
Yeah, but
so that's this is no. I think there is no problem for art itself. I think it's a moment that is interesting for art. It's not the problem is for the economy and the model of art, but or for the institutions or for the buildings or for the galleries but the art in itself and for living for artists to find economic grids to make a living, but the art in itself, it always existed, it will always exist, and people will find ways to bother other people. Maybe it will be kids on internet doing hacking, I don't know, but there will be good art. I don't know if it will be done by the same people. I'm not sure, actually, that it will be the same scene and the same people that will produce interesting critical things. But
and so, what's your next step for you? Next step?
Try to survive the summer and try to finish project like
what project?
No, I had museum shows that were a bit postponed and stuff like that, and I'm going to develop experiments on the internet and try to see. I don't know, like I have a small. For the moment, I'm trying to work more with I have a small structure of production that I always use with other artists and stuff. So I'm trying to push it to see if we can do stuff on the internet that are relevant. What scares me the most is to keep doing the same thing after, to be honest.